Welcome to St. Thomas More. You know me, I'm Father Anthony, and we are at the second phase of our reopening with 25% of our church capacity. We can accommodate up to 100 households or health halls, around 50 in the church and 50 in the halls when we open. And it all happens on the Corpus Christi, or we celebrate the solemn feast of the body and blood of Christ in the sacramental form we call Eucharist. And since we have limited space, if you come first, you are served first. And that's why, in order to have not to be disturbed while during the celebration, come and sit wherever you like, or there may not be ushers here to guide you. So 10 minutes after beginning of the Mass, we will lock the church. And if you had to come a little later, you can still hear the Mass from your car, tuning to FM station 100.9. Yes, at this second phase, our celebration of the Mass has to be viewed in a different way, imagined with the new situations. I would like to ask Deacon Matt, can you please explain some of the changes that we are to be aware of?
I'd be happy to, Father. Thank you. And hello, everybody. There are a few things that we'll be doing differently during Mass. Most of the Mass will be the same, but there are some changes to our procedures of how we're going to come in, what we'll do during Mass, and how we'll leave. And so we'd like to show you some of those right now. While we love to see everybody come back to St. Thomas More, there are some things to remember. First of all, if you're feeling sick in any way, if you have a cough, a fever, please stay home. It's better for you to get your rest at home than to come into Mass. Also, remember that the diocese has continued its dispensation for Sunday Mass. This means you're not obligated to come if you feel unwell, or also don't feel comfortable with being with a group of people at this point in time. So please remember, one of the most important things is to bring your Mass with you to church. And as you come out of your car and approach the building, you can place your mask on. It's also a great idea to keep some hand sanitizer with you, to keep your hands clean if you desire. We also want to make sure that everyone maintains social distancing. Again, just like we're doing out in the rest of the world. So if you can, keep distance of about 6 feet between others. Those families who live together can come to church, enter church together, and sit together.
An usher will be there to greet you as you enter. The usher will also be keeping a head count so we don't go over our 100-person limit. Please don't congregate in the narthex, but keep moving as you make your way into the seating area.
When you enter our church, you won't have to open any doors. The doors will be open for you, and you can simply walk in and find your seat.
For your safety, we've removed the holy water fonts. We've also done the same with the missalettes. You'll find the pews have been marked with blue painter's tape to indicate rows in which you should not sit. We have also placed paper on the seat backs in the open rows to show which spots are okay to sit in. Sit where there is a check mark, but don't sit where there is an X. Ushers will guide you to begin filling the church from the front. You'll be directed to a row. We apologize in advance if it's not your usual seat.
Most of what goes on during Mass will remain the same. There are some differences. You'll notice that we won't have any processional or recessional. There won't be an offertory, but there will be an opportunity to place your donation in a basket after Mass. We also will not be offering the sign of peace to each other. Otherwise, Mass will be pretty much the same.
Oh, and please don't leave before the conclusion of Mass. Instead, we'll have an orderly procession of persons out of the church, beginning with the back rows.
The diocese has now permitted us to offer Holy Communion to the faithful. We're very happy to be able to do that. We will do this at the end of Mass. And so what you'll notice is that the priest, and if there's a deacon during the Mass, will receive communion during the normal time. However, Mass will then continue. We'll have our final prayer, blessing, and dismissal. At the dismissal, the priest and the deacon will then take the ciboria and they will exit the church, go into the narthex. And at that point, you'll be directed by the ushers to leave your place and single file out into the narthex where you'll have the opportunity to receive communion. You don't have to receive, but if you do wish to receive, we will have a procedure to help you in order to do that safely.
As you come out into the narthex, you'll find that there will be 2 ministers of communion, one to your left and one to your right. If you will be receiving, simply walk up to the minister that is free. If you wish not to receive, simply walk straight and continue to the doors of the church. To receive communion, approach the minister, lower your mask, receive the host in your hands, and consume it. Your weekly offering is most appreciated and needed. If you are not giving online and have an envelope with you, you may place it in the basket on the way out. For your safety, after Mass, our church will be sanitized thoroughly. All pews will first be sprayed with a vinegar and soap solution and wiped. This will be followed by a Lysol spray, which kills the virus that causes COVID-19.
Please know that 2 of our bathrooms will be available for your use. However, we recommend that you go to the bathroom before you come to church. If you do need to use the bathrooms, they're available, these 2 here, and we will be sanitizing the bathrooms after each Mass.
So, thank you very much for listening so long, and God will give us enough grace, enthusiasm, and patience to celebrate with all. We need a lot of patience to put up with. Things will happen slow, and God will lead us in all these things. Blessings to all of you, and I welcome you for the Masses.